recording to show you what you need to do. So you need to upload the student-led conference Google Slides to your classroom. You don't have to delete any of the other slides. You can just upload all of them as a task to your Google Classroom. Please make sure you assign them to each student. Then your students are going to go to the math section. If you are the math teacher, they will go to the math section and you will use some time in your class for them to complete this. So the students need to put in what is their goal for math for the semester, and whatever else they want to put in there. They also need to indicate what steps are they going to take in order to get there. So they need to make sure what are the actions going to be, and then over here, what is their evaluation of algebra? So have they improved? Are they making progress? Are they exceeding their goals? How far do they feel they are with algebra? Now they can update this as, like in a few weeks' time, they could change what they've put here, or they could actually copy a slide and add a slide in so that they can continue with this. They can add to it. Explanation of the evaluation. This part over here is where, for example, the student will say, I did a quiz. Now, what the student has to do is they need to go to their Google Classroom, and then they need to go find that quiz. If this is the quiz, let's say, for example, this is the quiz that the student has done, and the student wants me to look at that quiz, they simply need to go and copy the URL and then add the URL into the slide by going here and selecting the insert link. And when they say insert link, it's going to allow them to copy and paste that link from their Google Classroom here and say apply. Now, what's going to happen is as soon as I click on this link, it's going to take me to my Google Classroom to that assignment. So if somebody goes and looks at it, then you'll be able to go here and see the work the student did, and you'll be able to click on the task that the teacher graded and see what is my teacher's feedback, what's my teacher's effective feedback and comments on my task. So the students can do that with every task. For example, I did a quiz in which I got 80% and my mark improved from my previous quiz, and again link the previous quiz and show in the previous quiz the student only got like 46%. So now the student has a quiz in which the student actually did much better. So if I go back to my sample task, the previous quiz, the one in which the student has improved, if we go there, it's clearly going to indicate this is one where the student got 80 out of 100. So it's a clear indication of the improvement that the student has made in that task. Okay, so let's just close that. So the student can do this. Maybe they did class task because you've been doing some ongoing assessments now, and the students can show with evidence how they've improved in a class task, in a quiz, in a homework task, whatever it is that the student's been doing, in which the student can say that the student is improving. Or if the student is not improving but maintaining the results, they can also link their tasks there. Or even if I really enjoyed doing the following task or a project, and then they can link the project there, and it's easy for us to see where they are, you know, how they did and why they feel that way. So this is like their portfolio linked to Google Classroom, to all the tasks in Google Classroom. As a teacher, you will come in, you'll look at what the students have written, and then you will make comments. Once you are finished, the student is going to go and literally copy this whole slide, and then the student is going to go to their Google Classroom and go to their algebra goal setting, and they can then go and insert that slide there. If I go paste, then automatically that slide is in there, and I can put it in. I can link it to the original presentation. That's another option that I have, for example, in this lesson. Let's undo that. So let's say, for example, the student is here. The student is able to come in here, insert and then if they say link to the original presentation, that's a good idea, because then it means any changes that the student makes on the task that you've set up in the classroom is also going to reflect in their advisory. So the student is then able to go to this slide and simply delete the slide because now I've inserted that slide there. So they can work in algebra in the Google Classroom. So you will go to your algebra class or your classroom, you will go to classwork, and you are going to set this up as an assignment. So you are going to create an assignment as a teacher, and then you are going to take that assignment and you are going to upload it, the slides which I put into the email for you, and you're going to upload it as a task. The student's going to complete it in algebra, but when they finish, they are going to make a copy of it. They're then going to go to their Google Slides that are in their advisory. They can go in, and like you've seen, I just pasted there, and the instant I paste it there, it says link to the original presentation, which I then do. And that means that the minute I make changes in the algebra class on this slide, it's automatically going to make those changes for me. So it's automatically linked for me. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you.